नमस्ते दोस्तों, आपका हमारे YouTube चैनल में स्वागत है। और आज हमारे साथ बात करने के लिए बहुत ही खास मेहमान मौजूद हैं। ये हैं वर्ल्ड गोल्ड काउंसिल के सीईओ मिस्टर सोमसुंदरम पीआर। सर, आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। और इनके बारे में ये बता दूं कि ये गोल्ड इंडस्ट्री की पिछले 10-11 साल से सेवा कर रहे हैं और नाम पे कई सारे अचीवमेंट हैं। स्टार्ट आवर कन्वर्सेशन विद करंट ट्रेंड्स इन द गोल्ड मार्केट।
गोल्ड मार्केट में फर्स्ट हाफ कैलेंडर ईयर 2023 जनवरी टू दिसंबर, हम लोग कैलेंडर के बात करते हैं, हम लोग फाइनेंशियल ईयर का नहीं बात करते हैं, ठीक है। कैलेंडर ईयर में फर्स्ट हाफ अप टू जून 12% डिमांड कम था, वो पिछली साल के कंपेयर करेगा तो compared with 2022 we were 12% down, okay, in volume terms. That is because the prices have really gone up, by that percentage. So while people put the same amount of money, they got less gold. But that is not the only reason. It is also people bought a lot of gold in 2021. वो second wave के बाद हम लोग inoculation किया है, फिर open किया। उस टाइम पे दिसंबर क्वार्टर, दिवाली क्वार्टर होता है ना, Diwali quarter was one of the best in our data series. We bought 345 tons as a country. Never has it happened. So people were doing, revenge buying, there were lots of savings, all that went into gold. So we expected that this will have impact next 2 years. That is also one of the reasons that people bought a lot of gold. Now they are buying a little less. Second, inflation definitely has hurt some wallet. Okay. Third is the price. Largely price movement, people are not accepting in India. 65,000 touch kiya hai. 65,000 people were worried and it came down to 60,000. Now, aisa hoga to consumers ko normally they get very scared. Oh, 60,000 or 55 hoga. Okay, so they will wait to see whether the price is going to go up. That's also one of the reasons. So we have seen first half very soft in demand. Generally, retailers also say that they were saying at that time, while people are buying, there is also a lot of, buying in cash, gray market, because duty is very, very high in India. So that is also one of the reasons why the organized players, and when I say organized players, the compliant players saw a softness in demand. So if you are to describe Indian gold market now, a little soft is what I would say.
How do you see next 6 or 10 month or 12 month down the line?
First thing is you raise some very important points. Fed rate, because और US का rate होता है ना, ये price का बहुत बड़ा factor है. US rate बड़ा होगा तो gold price should normally come down. We all know that, because gold does not give you coupon. It does not give you interest. It is only capital gain, price rise. Therefore, when interest rates go up, cost of holding gold goes up. Therefore, people stay away from gold. But this year, if you really see last 2 years, Fed rate has been going up and up and down. Still, gold kept going up and up and up. Yes, there is some volatility. It goes to 2,000 and comes to 1,800. But still, 1,800 is a big, big jump. So, it makes us question whether Fed rate, if it increases, price will come down, or when Fed rate comes down, will it really go up? We don't know, because maybe that equation is not that strong anymore, because there are other factors which are stronger. What are those other factors? Clearly, internationally, everywhere there is de-dollarization talk going on. I wouldn't say it has happened or it's going to happen. No, that's not our thing, but it's happening. Central banks are buying large amounts of gold. 2022 mein they bought 1,000 tons of gold. Even 1967 was the last time when they bought so much gold. 1967, when gold standard was there. After that, they never bought so much gold. 2022, they bought 1,000 tons of gold. So why central banks are also actually buying a lot more gold, which means the faith in gold is higher. Okay. Now coming back to specifically on the gold market, what we saw was mining production is now stabilized after COVID, lockdown, etc. Mining production is now very smooth and is growing. 2, 3, 4% growth. Recycling is also increasing because there are various factors. Price is one factor. Then many companies are also now saying we will not take mined gold, we will take only recycled gold because it's environmentally more helpful, etc. So recycling is going up, mining is going up. So to that extent, supply is going up, but it cannot increase dramatically because there is only so much you can do. On the demand side, what is happening is because the prices have gone up, you are not seeing the retail demand going up significantly. But investment demand, which is ETFs globally, they are rising fast in spite of rate increases. Yes, there were some outflows, but the outflow is very minuscule as compared with what we have seen in the past. So what we are seeing essentially is a shift from maybe jewelry to investment demand. Now, will that happen in India? India is a jewelry market, India, China, etc. While there will always be certain amount which we will buy as bar and coin, even ETFs, India is essentially a jewelry market. So we don't see that as a big threat immediately. But will people come and buy big amounts of jewelry in December quarter? Maybe because the monsoons now seem to be very good. Okay, we have to wait for the final thing. So if the Kharif is very good, then you will have, like December 2021, a very significant jump in demand. Also, as you rightly pointed out, prices are softening. They have been soft now for a while. Now, 60,000, 59,000 seems to be a very attractive price, okay, as it is holding on. So if it continues at this level and does not just become very volatile, you can see very good demand in the next 2 quarters. There is also one more factor I want to just add. While there is no direct connection, we haven't done a research, elections could also mean a lot more cash in circulation. Okay. Now, how that plays out for the gold industry, no formal study has been done, but the general expectation is that when there is more cash, it is good for gold.
We noticed that the China is increasing its gold reserve since last past 5-6 months or a year. How do you perceive this trend and what implications might it have?
You see, it is not only China. Yes, people do talk about China. As I told you, all central banks are buying. Singapore is buying. Now, yes, because China is buying and China has a problem with, political issues with some other countries, including US, you think, oh, China is buying because they don't like dollar. It's, I'm not going into that area at all because that's politics. I'm not, I don't have enough knowledge on that. But what I'm trying to say is we should not look at it purely as from a political point of view. It is happening across that there is a sense that when reserves increase, it is better to put more in gold and not rely on a single currency. Like India is expanding trade with many countries in INR now, right? Because every country now wants to say that, look, why should we have a float in dollar and then move it to our currency? There's a lot more FTAs being signed. There's a lot more trade agreements coming through. Now, which means all of them will skirt dollar. We don't need to hold dollar. We can just do direct trade in some other currency. That is one of the, also the reason. People are trying to make trade a lot more efficient. So when you deal in your own currency or another currency, the efficiency increases instead of always going through one currency, which was a predominant currency. Now, that doesn't mean that currency will, everybody will do it all the time, but that is one of the reasons. Okay. So when you say, why is China buying more gold? First of all, other countries are also buying gold. Other central banks are also buying gold. And China certainly is buying gold because China mines a lot of gold. And Chinese central bank, you must know one thing, the percentage of China's reserves in gold is even lower than India's. Because India is at, I don't have the exact figure, India is about 8%, 7-8%. China is less than 4%. So there is a lot of headroom even for China to reach India's level because their reserves are very large. So it appears that they are stocking up more gold. They are not. Actually, if you really see in percentage of reserves, their gold is not very high.
What are your views on that idea of gold-backed currency for BRICS nations?
I said it is still in the political realm. It is not so much now an idea that is going to be launched. People are just talking about it. We are only saying, as World Gold Council, digitalization of gold is definitely the future. But we are not saying gold-backed currency. We are just saying that gold will be traded far more smoothly across international borders than they are today. Maybe in the form of tokens, maybe in the form of gold-backed tokens, all that kind of stuff. Now, what countries do, how they get together, what they are going to do with gold, I think we don't comment on those matters.
आप वर्ल्ड गोल्ड काउंसिल में जो है जनवरी 2013 से हैं और आप अगले साल रिटायर हो रहे हैं, तो आपने एक डिकेड तक पूरे इंडस्ट्री की सेवा की। इवन गोल्ड को लेके हम लोग जितने लोगों से बात करते हैं तो आपका नाम सभी लोग लेते हैं। सो आप अपनी जर्नी को कैसे देखते हैं? मतलब पिछले 10 साल इंडिया में कैसे, मतलब आप अपनी जर्नी को कैसे देखते हैं सर? थोड़ा सा उसके बारे में हमें बताइए।
Very, very interesting, I must say. I never intended to stay in World Gold Council for more than 2 years. I was in bank and, I came here thinking, okay, I will do this work, learn a little bit more about gold and probably go back to banking or whatever it is. But when I came here, then I realized that this industry is very disjointed and there are a lot of things you can do. And so I am very proud of my journey. I have got a lot of support from industry people who have immense knowledge, massive amount of knowledge. But the industry definitely, what it needs is a single unified voice. And it also needs a lot more research, which is why one of the things that I'll always be proud of is the India Gold Policy Center we have formed with IIM Ahmedabad. So I do think that the industry in India in particular needs a unified voice. It needs to bring synergy by tapping the knowledge of all people. Everybody is very intelligent, but they are still very focused on tax arbitrage, things like that. So industry definitely needs a lower tax. Industry needs to work with the government on digitalization of gold. How do we make sure that there are gold tokens, whatever it is, digital form of gold? How do we make manufacturing a lot more faster and more? See, we are doing extraordinary work when it comes to temple jewelry and all that stuff. We need to become significant exporters of gold. Our artisanal skills must be exported. I don't think we have done enough on that. So there is a lot of work to be done, but hallmarking has been made mandatory. Okay, so there are a few pluses, few misses, but overall the journey has been terrific for me. I will always wear this badge with great, what I would say, honor.
यस सर, आपका जब भी नाम लिया जाता है तो एसआरओ की बात आती है तो उसमें बड़ा सिग्निफिकेंट आपका अचीवमेंट है एसआरओ में, तो उस पे क्या प्रोग्रेस है सर? चूंकि आपने वहां पर क्या प्रोग्रेस है एसआरओ को लेके?
We have already got all the, as they say in English, ducks in a row. We have got the memorandum articles. We are also talking to a few people to see who can become the board, because it is to be done by an independent board. We want it to be one of the best institutions the industry comes to. It is not going to do the work of the associations. It's not a competition to the association. But what it will do is it will collectively bring all the associations together and have an independent board and start giving standards to the industry. And standards not only on purity, standards on business practices, standards on culture, everything. So I'm envisioning this as something the industry will be proud of 5 years from now. And world will probably sit up and take a notice of it. And policymakers will find this to be the single unifying body through which they can do their policy reforms. There's so much to be done in this industry, as I told you. It's one of the thriving industries, but there is definitely a lot more to be done with technology and with millennials and things like that. And I think SRO will play a very, very significant part. Hopefully in 2024, it will be in place.
आपकी फ्यूचर प्लान क्या है सर यहाँ से जाने के बाद?
It is, I just want some time for myself, a lot of reading and traveling and all I want to do. I want probably to write. I may not want anybody to read what I write, but I want to write. I want to go into the next phase of life with a lot more time, because that's the only limited quantity that at this age particularly I have. Everything else is in a large measure, but time is the only limited one. So I want to use it more for that and spend a lot more time for interests that I have. Otherwise, I'll probably be doing some part-time, maybe some board positions and things like that. But otherwise, no great plans as of now. I still haven't really, framed what I will do and where I will even retire. Actually, in the sense, where am I going to live? Bombay, Bangalore, Chennai? I haven't decided that. So it's going to be interesting for a time. I know it will be a big change, but it's only when you let go one branch you can catch the other branch, right? You can't have both, because then you are not either. So I have to let go this, then only my mind will work on the other plan. But right now I have lots of plans, sometimes too much, that I just said, calm down, But I will definitely be in touch with the industry, and always remember, as I told you, this is a badge of honor for me. It has treated me very well. I have learned a lot from the stalwarts in this industry, and so I'm really very happy to do what I'm doing now, and also to end it like this and move on to other stuff.
हमने आपके कुछ फ्रेंड्स हैं, उन लोगों से इंटरव्यू किए हैं, और वो आपको नहीं बताएंगे वो चीजें, वो हमने रिकॉर्ड की हैं, वो हम अभी आपको सुनाना चाह रहे हैं।
कहा कि अभी भी ऐसी एज नहीं है आपकी रिटायरमेंट की, बट उन्होंने जो इंडस्ट्री के लिए किया वो हेड्स है। उन्होंने पहली बार उनके कार्यकाल में तीनों एसोसिएशन, जीजेपीसी, इब्जा और जेम एंड ज्वेलरी डोमेस्टिक काउंसिल, तीनों को एक प्लेटफॉर्म के ऊपर बिठा के हर चीज का उन्होंने उसमें योगदान दिया कि आप तीनों अलग अलग आवाज होने के बजाय एक जगह साथ में होके एक आवाज होए तो गवर्नमेंट को और पब्लिक को या ज्वेलर्स को इसका बेनिफिट होता है। गवर्नमेंट खुद समझेगी कि इनको क्या चाहिए। अब क्या होता है, दुनिया भर की एसोसिएशन है, दुनिया भर के लेटरबाजी होती है, उसमें कुछ समझ में नहीं आता है। तो बहुत ही अच्छा काम किया है। और इब्जा के साथ में जो इनका टाई अप था वर्ल्ड गोल्ड काउंसिल का, हम सोम सुंदर जी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करते हैं कि उन्होंने इब्जा के ऊपर इतना भरोसा किया। हमारे हर प्रोग्राम में स्पॉन्सरशिप तो चलो एक अलग बात है, बट उसके साथ में हमें सहयोग दिया कि कैसे होना चाहिए। अब हम लोग इनके नेतृत्व में एसआरओ कर रहे हैं, सेल्फ रेगुलेटरी अथॉरिटी का अभी वो भी काम चल रहा है। तो मुझे लगता है कि ये जेम एंड ज्वेलरी इंडस्ट्री उन्हें सदियों तक याद करेगी। जब भी गोल्ड का नाम आएगा या वर्ल्ड गोल्ड काउंसिल का नाम आएगा तो सोम सुंदर का नाम सबसे पहले याद आएगा।
चेन्नई से है, पहले तो उनका कर्म भूमि है ये चेन्नई। मैं खुद महसूस इतना हो रहा है भाई, इतना दुखी हो रहा हूँ भाई सोम सुंदर जी यहाँ से मतलब डब्ल्यूजी से वो मतलब बाहर आ रहे हैं करके। लेकिन सोम सुंदर जी और एक स्टेटमेंट भी दिया भाई, हम ये पद छोड़ दे तो भाई हम ये इंडस्ट्री के लिए कुछ ना कुछ करते रहेंगे, ये हमारे लिए कुछ अच्छी बात है भाई। वो और भी 5-10 साल ये इंडस्ट्री के लिए कुछ वो काम करते रहेगा। और उनका जितने भी जो नॉलेज है, जो आज का जो नया जो जनरेशन बिजनेस में आ रहे हैं उनके लिए बहुत काम आएगा, क्योंकि उनका जितना नॉलेज है मेरे हिसाब से इंडिया में चुन के बोल सकते हैं 2-4 लोग के पास इतना नॉलेज है। उतना नॉलेज हम सोम सुंदर जी के पास है। हमारा मतलब चेन्नई एसोसिएशन, हम उसको 100% यूज करेंगे।
लोग थोड़े बहुत सरप्राइज है, हम भी है। और आपने सही कही कि सोम का जो इम्पैक्ट है गोल्ड मार्केट पे, कंट्रीब्यूशन जो रहा है वो बहुत ही ज्यादा रहा है। इट्स लाइक एन एंड ऑफ एन एरा हम कहते हैं। जब कोई क्योंकि मैं क्रिकेट फैन हूँ, तो जैसे अगर हमने देखा जब सचिन तेंदुलकर, सौरव गांगुली, ये सारे जब क्रिकेटर्स, MS धोनी रिटायर हुए तो लोगों ने कहा कि एंड ऑफ एन ईरा है। तो वैसे ही ये गोल्ड मार्केट के लिए एंड ऑफ एन ईरा है, क्योंकि अगर हम पिछले 10 साल में देखें तो इस मार्केट में बहुत ही ज्यादा रिफॉर्म्स आए हैं। कुछ बहुत ही सिग्निफिकेंट इंस्टीट्यूशंस डेवलप हुई है। जैसे हम IBJA की बात करें तो ये एक बहुत ही बड़ा लैंडमार्क ये है, और उसमें वर्ल्ड गोल्ड काउंसिल ने बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट रोल प्ले किया है। तो हम तो जरूर चाहेंगे कि सोम अभी भी बरकरार रहे, अपनी सर्विसेज इस इंडस्ट्री को दे, जिसे शायद अब बहुत ज्यादा जरूरत है, क्योंकि अब SRO भी आने वाला है और काफी सारे चेंजेस भी हो रहे हैं मार्केट में।
सोम सुंदरम जी ने जो पिछले 10 साल में भारतीय गोल्ड इंडस्ट्री के लिए जो किया है और इस पद के साथ जो उन्होंने न्याय किया है, वो बिल्कुल ही मतलब काबिले तारीफ है। और ऐसे व्यक्ति का रिटायर होना हमारे लिए बड़े अफसोस की बात है। लेकिन मैं मानता हूं कि वो किसी न किसी रोल में गोल्ड इंडस्ट्री को मदद करते रहेंगे, उसका साथ देते रहेंगे और अपनी गाइडेंस देते रहेंगे। सोम सुंदरम जी ने जितना हमारी इंडस्ट्री के लिए किया है वो बहुत ही मतलब काबिले तारीफ है, उसकी जितनी प्रशंसा की जाए कम है। और सिर्फ इंटरनेशनल मार्केट ही नहीं, भारतीय बाजारों का जो उन्होंने छोटे से छोटे ज्वेलर से जो उन्होंने जानकारी अपने पास रखते थे और जो उनका व्यू बनता था, और जिस प्रकार से उन्होंने इंडस्ट्री को एक अनऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर से ऑर्गेनाइज सेक्टर में लाने के लिए जो भारत सरकार की और पूरे इंडस्ट्री की जो मदद की है, वो वाकई में प्रशंसनीय है।
Last 10 years as World Gold Council's regional CEO, PR Somasundaram's hard work is beneficial to the Indian jewelry industry. PR Somasundaram is a polite and dignified personality. On behalf of All Kerala Gold and Silver Merchants Association, I wish all the best.
But really touching, and certainly as I said, I will definitely be in touch with many people, but yeah, I want to do other stuff as well.
थैंक यू सर, आपने टाइम दिया।